Have you ever walked into a crowded room and felt it? Felt the unspoken tension between the loudest, most demanding voice and the one person who sits in perfect silence? The one who smiles, listens, and somehow, without uttering a single word, holds more power than the one shouting orders? It's a paradox, isn't it? Our world tells us that influence comes from noise, from commanding attention, from being seen and heard at all times. But what if that's a lie? What if the most powerful thing you can do is to become unreadable? True dominance is rarely declared, it is recognized. They will fear you if you understand this. That fear does not come from your strength or your aggression, but from the unsettling realization that they cannot predict you, they cannot manipulate you, they cannot own you. The first psychological truth you must master is that your silence is a weapon sharper than any blade. When you stop reacting, you become an enigma. They will demand your explanation, your apology, your justification, but you will give them nothing. In that void, they will see themselves. Silence forces them to confront their own motives, their, their own fears. The world is built on reaction. Markets react, crowds react, the weak react. But you will not. Your refusal to react makes you ungovernable, and there is nothing more terrifying than someone who cannot be controlled. This is the second truth. Predictability is vulnerability. As long as you are predictable, you are exploitable. They study your patterns. They know what pleases you, what offends you, what makes you desperate for approval. They know which words to say to win you over, which accusations will make you explain yourself, which silences will make you fill them with your confessions. But when you become a mystery, when your words are rare, when your expressions are disciplined, they lose their hold. You move like smoke. They cannot grab you, cannot corner you, cannot define you. The predictable man is a puppet with strings everyone can see. The unpredictable man is an enigma that everyone fears offending because they have no idea what he might do. Remember Machiavelli's words, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." But it is fatal to be dismissed, and predictability is the death of respect. Now, the third truth. People crave certainty, and they will project their fears onto you in its absence. When you offer no immediate reaction, no easy explanation, you become a mirror that reflects their anxieties. They will call you manipulative. They will say you are playing games. But remember, power is not given, it is taken. And most people will surrender it gladly to anyone who seems to understand them better than they understand themselves. If you're ready to learn more about the raw, unfiltered dynamics of power and freedom, then this is just the beginning. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us. There's so much more to uncover. In a time long, long ago, a great and respected master of philosophy was known for his wisdom, but even more for his unparalleled calm. His serenity was so profound that even the most aggressive opponent could not provoke him. One day, a young and ambitious student new to the school watched as a powerful politician tried to bait the master with insults, accusations, and veiled threats. The master simply sat in stillness, his gaze unwavering. He did not blink, did not flinch, did not utter a word. Finally, the politician, his face red with rage and frustration, stormed away, defeated not by an argument, but by a silence he couldn't fill. The young student, in awe, asked the master, "Why did you not speak? Why did you not defend yourself? He called you a thief and a charlatan." The master smiled. "My son," he said, "if a man comes to your door and offers you a gift, but you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The student thought for a moment and replied, "It belongs to the man who brought it." The master nodded slowly. "Precisely. The anger, the insults, they were his gift. I simply did not accept them." This is the profound truth that so many miss. Whoever controls your emotions controls you. They don't need to tie you down. They only need to know which words will ignite your rage, your guilt, your need for validation. The world is full of people ready to pull your emotional levers. The only way to free yourself is to become the master of your own emotional landscape. When you no longer react automatically, you stop being predictable. And when you are no longer predictable, you become unmanageable. But mastering your emotions is not about becoming cold, indifferent, or dead inside. This is the fifth truth you must learn. True power lies in selective vulnerability. Show them only what you choose. Reveal your anger only when it serves you. Offer your empathy only when it is earned. Do not mistake raw openness for authenticity. The world will punish you for unguarded honesty. It will weaponize your confessions, twist your admissions, replay your weaknesses at the worst possible moments. The wise man understands that not everyone deserves access to his soul. Selective vulnerability is not dishonesty, it is survival. And now, for the most uncomfortable truth of all, guilt is the leash they use to lead you. Think about how often you act from guilt. You say yes because you feel guilty saying no. You apologize when you did nothing wrong. You sacrifice your own needs because you fear being labeled selfish. But understand this, guilt is a social mechanism designed to make you compliant. The manipulator doesn't have to threaten you. They only have to sigh, to look disappointed, to suggest that you're not living up to the role they've assigned you, and you will rush to fulfill it, to silence the guilt gnawing at your insides. If you want to be free, you must learn to sit with that guilt without yielding to it. You must learn to let others be disappointed without rushing to fix it. This is the art of making yourself ungovernable, and it is the key to unlocking a power they will never understand. Let's return to the master and his student. The student, having observed the master's calm, began to apply the lessons to his own life. He stopped apologizing for his boundaries. He learned to sit in the discomfort of saying no. He no longer melted under empty praise, and slowly the people around him began to change. His friends accused him of being selfish. His family questioned his loyalty. His mentors said he had become cold. He went to the master and asked, "I am doing as you taught, but they call me cruel. They say I have changed." The master looked at him with compassion. "My son," he said softly, "you have not lost your heart. What you have lost is your leash. This is the truth they will never tell you openly. They depend on your ignorance. Those who want to control you need you to be unaware of your own value. They will not tell you that you are powerful because the moment you realize it, you will stop serving them. It is in their best interest to keep you small, because a man who knows his worth cannot be cheaply bought. This is the tax you pay for evolution. The 11th truth, they will punish you for changing. Watch how quickly the smiles fade when you stop playing the role they wrote for you. They are not angry because you hurt them. They are angry because you stopped enabling them. And in their world, that is unforgivable. They will cultivate your dependence because it is the leash they hold. They want you to need them more than they need you. They want you worried about their opinion, desperate for their validation. You must have the courage to walk away from any deal that costs you your freedom, but you must not waste that anger in reaction. Use it as fuel to build discipline. Discipline over your words, over your emotions, over your choices. Your silence will say more than any argument. Your calm will be your rebuke. This is not passive aggression, it is strategic sovereignty. It is the art of stepping back so they see themselves clearly for the first time. Understand that this will not make you beloved. It will make you respected, feared, even hated. But you do not need their love. You need your freedom. The final and most profound truth is this: your absence is often more powerful than your presence. Most people think power is in what they say, what they do. But true power is often in what you withhold. When you refuse to explain yourself, when you deny them the reaction they're trying to provoke, your absence forces them to confront the space you once filled. It forces them to see the value they ignored. It creates a vacuum only your return can fill. This is not about playing games. It is about reclaiming your dignity. The man who cannot say no is not kind. He is exploited. The man who cannot stay silent is not honest. He is defenseless. The man who cannot endure guilt is not moral. He is obedient. And there is no virtue in obedience to the undeserving. You were not born to be managed. You were not born to be anyone's emotional servant. You were born to rule yourself. And when you do, they will either rise to meet you at your level or fall away from your life. Either outcome is victory.